pessoal! Hello everyone! I'm Laura, creator of the method Sing and Speak Portuguese. Today, as promised, I'm gonna teach you all you need to know about the simple present in Portuguese. Here we have the three possible terminations, three possible endings a verb can have in Portuguese, okay? So, in Portuguese, the verbs will either end in ar, or ir, okay? Three possibilities, ar, ir. Remember, I say like this because of my accent. You might hear it as ar, ir, okay? But my accent is ar. So, you will not find a verb ending in or ur, okay? That is not possible for a verb to end in or ur. It only ends in these three possibilities here. So, when the verb ends in ar, such as the example we saw, achar, the conjugation is like this. Eu acho. We saw this in the song. Eu acho. See here that it ends in O. Okay, but what about when the conjugation ends in er? When the verb ends in er, such as prometer from the song. It also ends in O for you. So it's also eu prometo. Eu acho, eu prometo. Remember that when we're saying it, it sounds more like u. Eu acho, eu prometo. Okay? And if the verb ends in ir, it's the same. It will end in o here. Eu sinto. Okay? When it doesn't happen, so there are some irregular verbs that can be different. Okay? And the example we saw here was the verb saber. You would go under this category here, saber, but it's an irregular verb, so it's eu sei. Eu sei. It's not eu sabo, okay? Do not say eu sabo. That's very wrong. Say eu sei. I don't know why this verb doesn't follow the conjugation rule, okay? It happens sometimes with irregular verbs, but the regular ones are most of them, okay? So let's move on here. Then we have tu. As I told you before in many other videos, we do not use the tu conjugation nowadays, okay? Even when people use tu, they conjugate as it is você. But the conjugation will be this, tu achas. It would end in as, okay? Well, we do not use. So we say mostly this, você acha. Here's another rule you can memorize if you want. So the verb here ends in ar. For você, all I do is to take off the ar. Achar, você acha. Prometer, você promete. Okay? So it works for these two conjugations. When you come to ir, instead of taking off the r, you take the i too and you put the e. Você sente. The verb was sentir. Now it's você sente. Okay? You change the letter E, the I, for E, okay? So you change it. But for the first two ones, it works like just taking the R off, okay? Then, it's the same conjugation for ele, he, ela, she, acha, promete, sente, okay? It repeats. Also, it repeats for a gente. So you conjugate a gente exactly the same way you conjugate você, that you conjugate ele, okay? It's the third person we call. So all of this is third person. So we say a gente acha. It's the same. Now it changes. So if you want to use nós, the conjugation changes. You have to add this suffix here. You add mos. Nós achamos. So you take off the R and you put mos. Nós achamos, nós prometemos, I took the R and I put the mos. And nós sentimos. See here? You just take the R and you put mos. You can choose to use either nós or a gente if you want to talk about we. Okay? So, for example, if you want to say we think, you can either say a gente acha or you can say nós achamos. Either way is okay, okay? But do not mix the conjugations. Do not say a gente achamos. That is wrong. Do not say nós acha. That is also wrong. So choose which one you want to use and conjugate appropriately, okay? So that's it for nós. Let's go to the next rule. This one here, vós. I'm showing you here, but you're never going to use it, okay? I'm warning you already. You're never going to use this, okay? This is the you plural. It's the plural of tu, actually. It's the plural of tu. But tu is already not so common. Vós is not common at all. But the conjugation would be like this. You would take the R and you would put is. So, vós achais, vós prometeis, vós sentis. You know, nowadays you can only find these conjugations in old books. So if you get a book that is older, you will find this conjugation. Also in the Bible, it's possible that you still find this conjugation in some versions, okay? Some versions of the Bible. Other than that, you do not need to worry about this. You will not find it, okay? Especially not in conversations. So, if you want to say you in the plural, you should choose to say it using vocês, okay? Vocês is the better conjugation for you in the plural. And then you conjugate like this. You take off the R, and you put an M, like I said to you here in the class, so in the song. So, as ondas quebram. See, you just put the letter M here. You take off the R and you put the M. Vocês acham. Vocês prometem. Vocês sentem. Here, you take off the E and you put the EM. Okay? Vocês sentem. And it's the same conjugation for the last one. So for eles. Eles ou elas. That means they. Okay? You just put the M2 at the end. So for vocês and eles is also the same conjugation, okay? And here it also repeats. So this rule here goes for most of the verbs, okay? This goes for pretty much all the regular verbs, okay? Only the irregular verbs do not follow the conjugation for all people. Sometimes a verb is irregular because it does not follow, for example, for eu, but the rest of the people, it follows, okay? Sometimes it's like that. For example, the verb saber, it's eu sei, but it's already tu sabes, você sabe, ele sabe, nós sabemos, eles sabem, okay? So it follows, the rest follows, just changes for eu. But now you know that I know is eu sei. So you can tell me, eu sei disso, professora. I know this, teacher, okay? Eu sei, I already know. Eu já sei, I already know, okay? Now you know that the conjugation for saber, for the first person, is eu sei. So that's it, guys. Once again, I want to tell you, do not worry too much about the rules, okay? I showed you these rules here because I think they are simple, so take a look at these after the class, you know. Just try to memorize the most common ones. For example, for eu, the conjugation ends in o, okay? For nós, it ends in mos. For eles ou elas, it ends in am, okay? So just try to memorize the simple rules, okay? And the rest, you will see true examples. So you need to expose yourself to examples, okay? And music is a great tool for that. A lot of examples, so you will absorb these naturally, okay? I'll see you next time here. I hope to see you next time. And bye-bye. Ciao.